Welcome to Channel Make, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Cao Yang, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Alright, today's video, I would like to give some updates on the visa processing time, which has really been delayed, and I will also provide an overview why there is a delay and the reasons behind such delay. Obviously, the government doesn't want to say anything because first thing, there has been a tropical cyclone Alfred, approaching or already approached Gold Coast and Brisbane and the northern area of New South Wales, and also the Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has refused to call for a general election, which should be really soon. They were expecting on the 12th of April, but looks like it's gonna be a little bit of a delay or whatever the reason that's gonna cost them. And there's also diplomatic tensions between Australia and China that the government of Australia is looking to resolve. Obviously, you know about the three Chinese vessels, military vessels, looping around the continent of Australia, which is causing a lot of major concerns. And of course, the Trump tariffs that has been going on globally, that has causing a lot of issues. That's all the issues that's circulating on the topic of news every day for the past weeks. Obviously, then the talks on immigration has diminished. It's because it's not the primary stuff for everyday living Australians. But let's just go into this, get some updates on the visa processing time, and you may do this via searching on the visa processing time, where you're probably just punching Home Affairs global processing. Then you will reach yourself on this web page, which is very easily to be used, and they have a search engine right here that I'm gonna demonstrate it for you. Then you will see the actual processing time if you are to lodge a visa today. So now you are currently looking at a 494 visa, which I already clicked it in with the employment sponsor and put it on the date of the 8th of March 2025, and I click on the submit button there, and you can see currently it's sitting at about 90% a month. Now 90%, that means 90%. You may see that the bar continue to go, and there's a little area there. That's the further 10%. So sometimes when it reach a month and you wanted to write an email to immigration, they will say, oh look, it's only 8 months, it's only 90%, we still get the 10% left. So you need to see the bar actually move into the orange section. Then that's when you could actually trigger an email to actually ask immigration what's going on there. So that's 494 a month. Now what if we put on 191? So let's jump in there and click on that and submit. 11 month. All right, so it's still a long time. What about 190? And we put in today's date. Look at that, 20 months. Now they are putting more delays on those visas, but luckily when we put in 189 for the pointers, it's actually quite quick. But not many people is actually reaching at that 4-month mark. I mean, what I mean is not everybody is getting visa granted within 4 months. But I'm not too sure why 190 would take a lot more time than 189. They're all point test system, and to be honest, 190 has been partially verified by the state government already. Why on earth would the immigration process that visa longer time compared to 189? It's just not reasonable, isn't it? I'm not too sure why they do that. Now let's go to 186, the employment sponsor. If we put on the direct entry stream, now it's currently sitting at 18 months. And then transition pathway, it's the same 18 months. So as you can see, just different pathways, but they average about 18 months. And unfortunately, that's still taking, well, my experience is actually faster and sooner than this. I'm not too sure why this was showing such a pain. And let's do 820. That's the partner visa. 29 months, so just 2 years and 6 months, I think. Yeah, 5 months. What about 309? Let's 309. That's the offshore partner visa. Well, a little bit shorter, 26 months. I'm not too sure. Again, I'm not too sure what's the difference is there, because the assessing criteria is exactly the same. I think just the team, one is quicker, and the other one is slower. The team dealing with the onshore application is slower. Now let's go to GTI 858, or they call it a new name, National Innovation Visa. Now it's currently sitting at 22 months. I think they have. Again, what I'm trying to say is that I believe there's an intention to actually delay all the visa applications just to contain the numbers of migrants coming into Australia. Again, as you notice, Labor has been playing really badly in regards to the migrant numbers coming into Australia and versus the housing crisis. Now, if we punch in student visa, I'm just going to higher education, 4 months, that's pretty good. 4 months. And what about the vet? Let's go there, have a look. 8 months, that's double of the time. So if you want to apply for a student visa, you got to be a little bit quicker than what we expect. Now the new skills and demand visa, let's have a look. It should be pretty quick if we go to core skills. 47 days, look at this. So that's what I'm saying. The employment sponsor visa will be one of the major trend of the future, and the specialist skills, that's for people who have been offered with the employment salary above $130,000. Let's have a look at this one. 39 days. Well, that's not too bad. I thought they're going to do it within 2 weeks, but now they punch into 39 days. But that's very good. Now, let me tell you in regards to the reason of this, I believe. Now, first of all, we understand on the 20th of January 2025 that Donald Trump has become, inaugurated as the and sworn in as the president of the United States. Now, you gotta say, now, what's that gonna do with Australia? Well, Trump has put on tariffs. And especially on the reciprocal ones and those one with the steels, aluminium, and all the other commodity trades tariffs, that's causing a major global problem. Now, as you may know, a country is driven by three things: economy, productions, and international trades. Now, obviously, what Trump has done is shaken a major shockwave going through the three topics that we just talked about: economy, and that's connected to the trades and also the production of the nation. Now, these three major items is strongly tied to the actual immigration policies, because if a nation doesn't even know where they're going and how much production they're going to do, how are they going to know how many people they're going to employ and how many skilled talents they need to identify, or perhaps to actually attract from overseas? So that is the major reason that the delay has been there. And the other reason is obviously it's the elections. Elections is coming, and the current government is actually running low on whatever elements or items that they can actually attract more votes. So they rather just slow down immigration and see how it goes in the future. Now, the other thing I also want to mention in regards to the so this is to the future economy of Australia. That's another thing I wanted to tell you, because this will really affect the immigration policy of Australia. Now, first thing, last week there's news as the Australian government has already sent their trades personnel to US. And the Trump, here we go. The Trump trade advisor says Australia waging a frontal assault on U.S. aluminium, however you want to pronounce it. Now, the other key thing I wanted to draw your attention to, which I have spoken in my last video, is we're looking in detail how the Navarro opinions. He started to stating here we go. Navarro also claims, I think this is the key thing, that Australia will really need to take this will be the major thing that Australia need to pivot in the upcoming future, and the new government, whoever that wins the election this year. The tie between Australia and China. Obviously, China is the largest trading partner of Australia currently, with all those commodities, iron ore, coals, whatever the mineral there, and also international education. And they have also USA has also said that major raw material Australia has developed a close trade relationship with China, especially when it comes to iron ore, use in steel making, export alumina, use to make aluminium. Although China is not the primary destination, but it's actually causing a lot of issues. So as you can see, what the US is trying to do, they are looking to pull, what they're putting all the pressure on Australia to pull away from China. Now, would Australia say no to US? I don't think so, because simply a few weeks ago there has been 3 military vessels from China looping all the way around the entire Australia continent. Now, Australia obviously will want to have more security and safety on the defense, in which it's heavily and probably 80 or 90% rely on the US defense. So I don't think Australia will have any say towards what US wants Australia want to do. So we need to really watch out on that aspect, because if Australia does that, that will shake the economy, and probably I do not think Australians should be optimistic of their economic future as this is continue to go on. And then just today, I think here we go, the news from Reuters. China announced retaliatory tariff on Canada. I haven't read the detail, but how did that go? I thought they put it on the wrong topic. This should be US. But then instead, this is China is tariffing Canadians too. Now, it's just a matter of time when China will perhaps tariff Australia. See how that goes. And then Trump expands exemption from Canada and Mexico tariff. I mean, he said tariff on Canada and Mexico one day, and then remove it, and then put it on back again, and then accept it again. So who knows what's going on? So it's actually chaotic international global economic status currently, and that's causing a lot of concerns. And there's a minor economy power of Australia. It will really struggle, and that will indirectly affect the immigration policy of the future. And as that we have mentioned about this, so the Chinese vessel circumnavigates. Whoa, that's a new word. I'm just learning Australia. So this is also a concern for Australia. That will really ties to what the policy that Australian government will actually implement in the future, and that will also affect the immigration policy. So that's why I'm predicting that the future skill migration will really focus on what can actually enhance Australia's re-industrialization. It's probably something that you may say that's way off, but it really is a key, because if there is a threat coming, Australia currently has no industrialization power at all, and they really need to get that back to Australia domestically. Now, last but not least, I'm gonna show you this as well, but this is obviously in Chinese. But what it's trying to, the actual content is actually telling us there's about 84 million. Here we go. That's in Chinese. 84 million unemployment. 84 million unemployment. That's the total population combining Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen. Okay. Now, what does that tell us? That is telling us that the economy in China is extremely bad and it's still going down. Now that will obviously will take effect. I think it's already taking effect on the trading volume between China and Australia, and that will also pull Australia's economy down, because the 4 major exports and trades, the largest in Australia, the top 3 is all the mineral going to China. And the number 4th one is the international education. Now, if China is getting poorer and poorer, now currently there's about 22% of the international education is actually coming from China. Now, if China is getting poorer, obviously international education will be affected as well. So the whole economy of Australia, I cannot say it's optimistic on the near future. And obviously that will affect the upcoming immigration as well. Anyway, if you have a question or query, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below. And see you next video. Goodbye.